So what do you do in this situation? Someone sends you a piece of artwork. It's flat, there's no layers, but they'd like the object, in this case the Palm Pilot, to have a drop shadow. Well, depending on the situation, there's a couple of possibilities. In this case, the object is on a fairly well-defined background where you can see the difference. So we're going to start off by making a lasso selection. Then I've got my magic wand with the Option key on the Mac, Alt for Windows held down, so I can start taking the blue out of that selection, something like this. And then I just press Command J on the Mac, Control J for Windows to copy that to its own layer. Then it's very simple, of course, now to add a drop shadow. I can do it by dragging position where I want. So there's one method that works quite well. Now on the other hand, you get a problem in situations like this one where it wouldn't be quite so easy to select it and put it on its own layer. It still could be done, but I'm going to show you another possibility just so you see an option here. What we're going to do is just make a very rough selection, not trying to be incredibly accurate. I'm just trying to get it somewhat selected. We're going to make a new layer. On this new layer, just fill with anything. Doesn't matter what it is. I just use white. Now we're going to add our drop shadow. We'll just click OK to whatever we get there. And here's the trick. Now you can see the object and the shadow. What we need to do is change the fill opacity, because the opacity would lower both the object and its shadow. The fill opacity keeps the shadow but removes the fill. So now we basically have, as you can see, just the shadow. Now all we have to do is go in and remove the parts that we don't need. And we can do that with the eraser tool as one example. There's a couple different ways of doing this, but basically we can just go in here and erase the parts that we don't want. I'm just holding down the Shift key and doing a series of single clicks to paint like straight lines with the eraser. Then I can just manually erase the parts I don't want. I can still edit it, so if there's something about it I don't like I want to adjust the angle of the drop shadow, as you can see I can still do that. So there you have another alternative for situations where it's not quite so easy to select the object. You just make a rough selection, fill it, and then lower the fill opacity and add your drop shadow. So there you have it, a couple of ways to add drop shadows to flat artwork. I am Dave Cross. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tip we put together for you. Each time... What the heck? Oh no, not a virus!